this. Right, give me a minute. I forgot the settings have changed, haven't they? Oh, I'm so stupid. Hang on.
Oh no. What did you do?
I forgot this was changed. We changed the radio server,
Mm-hmm.
so I need the IP address. Because the other one went down on whatever day it was, Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, Wednesday morning. We're on YouTube though.
Yay. YouTube.
Oh, right. Should be. See. No, why isn't this working again? It should go right. Mm-hmm. Error. Hold off. Changed it though. Should be it. Oh, why do you keep going to the wrong place? Not found. Not found. Why are you not found? Ah, I should have checked this.
You should have. You're a bad kitty.
I know. Uh, yeah, you can start your thing, and I'll sort this out.
But I wanted you to show people my tweet here
Yeah,
of
I
the
can do
crazy
that.
people I found.
Let me just check.
Mhm.
Uh, so
Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Providing music for people. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun na 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 na.
that should be it, and then it's that, and then it's yeah.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the
Maybe I could
sky.
say something.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Now we're a wholesome channel
Yeah.
for kids. And we could be, I got like a non PC one. We could do one little, two little, three little Indians, four little, five little, six little Indians, seven little, eight little, nine little Indian, 10 little Indian boys. 10, 9, 8 little Indians, 7, 6, 5 little Indians, 4, 3, 2 little Indians, 1 little Indian boy. I'm gonna get canceled for that now.
Yeah.
Probably a non-PC nursery rhyme.
Yeah. Why is that not working?
I've sold 4 masks today.
Cool.
Yeah. What?
I don't know why this isn't working. It's so weird.
I had to switch a bunch of my orders from Monday to Tuesday because post offices are closed in America on Monday.
Are they?
Yeah, for Memorial Day.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I did ship out a face mask today for Germany.
Germany.
So yeah, I've had to ship off one to France and Ireland too. And then today was one to Germany. So hello from America. So my face masks are international.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Why isn't this working? This is pissing me off. Didn't answer. Not found.
Ah, you suck, cat.
Did you suck?
Ah!
What's wrong?
I have it. Nothing. I dropped something, and so I screamed. Picked it back up though. It's all good.
Possible to. Okay. Oh.
My brother is graduating as a nurse from college. He graduated this year.
Cool. Now, there we go. I've got it.
Oh, you got it finally?
Yeah, I know what mistake I made.
Talking about random stuff.
You wouldn't believe what mistake I made.
What did you do?
Oh. I had a capital letter instead of a lowercase, and it just wouldn't let you in.
That is such a silly mistake.
I know, but it's not one you look for when you're trying to do something, if that makes sense. You always think it's something more complicated. Anyway, here we go. Right, I can show you this. We can start the show now. Sorry it took like 10 minutes to do anything. But that's the way it goes. Oh yeah, I seen this. This is unbelievable to me.
My tweet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it'd be funny to show the people on YouTube because they can actually see the tweets.
Yeah.
Or the screenshots.
Yeah.
This one.
So this is going insane from tweets. You can do that one.
Yeah. Well, the first one's like, you only wear them in photo ops. She's talking to the governor or some governor, and it says this is hypercapnia. It can be caused by breathing in your own exhaled CO2 by wearing a mask continually. So, and it talks about symptoms. But the thing is that surgeons and doctors and stuff wear masks for 10 hours during a surgery. So, I think you'll be okay for an hour at the store, Karen.
This can happen. No, it is a thing.
It's a thing. It's just not going to happen from wearing just a regular little mask.
Well, you need to be hyperventilating.
Unless you were having a panic attack or something.
Yeah, if you're having a panic attack, it would definitely happen. But the way she's seen it, that's not how it works. At all.
Yeah, this isn't how it works.
Builders.
So you're just not gonna get it from wearing a mask continually.
No, builders and doctors and all they people would have died ages ago if that was the case. Because like doctors wear them for like 10, 20 hour operations and shit, right?
And I would be dead. Like, you know how I sleep? I sleep with like a blanket over my head.
Mm.
Like a lot of the time, my boyfriend will sometimes check to make sure if I'm still alive.
Mm.
Because I breathe really shallow, and then I'm like got like blankets and pillows like just covering, and
Yeah.
I have not had this so sleeping
Yeah.
for 8 hours like that. So
Um,
you're just not gonna get it from just wearing a mask. Like maybe if you're having a panic attack and you had the mask on,
yeah,
you know.
but it's obvious to take the mask off at that point, right? Unless you're retarded.
Yeah, like if you see, if you're having a panic attack, you would just remove your mask at that point.
Like, the same as if you were sleeping and you had some type of breathing attack, you would wake up and move the covers out the way. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Just obvious shit. Anyway, so that's that person talking shite.
And then this one really gets me.
Oh, this one got me as well. I was like, what the?
This is like just a weird belief. I don't know where it comes from, but I'm loving this conspiracy theory. I want more of it. So viruses are not living. Okay, that's like
Not
true.
That's
Well,
not
true-ish.
true.
They're not like a living thing. Like it's based in like some truth. That part is. It's based in a little bit of truth because they're not like a living thing like we are and stuff or
No, they
other
are.
things. Anyways,
They are. That's why they mutate.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it, even like doctors say, it's not like.
Well, it's not like life,
yeah, well, I think that's what she was.
Anything, but it's a disease. It is a thing. It is like a living organism type thing, because they change and mutate. So
yeah, they do. They change and mutate. But then I don't know what they're getting off here. But anyways, that's where I thought they were kind of having some little grain of truth at the beginning, like the very first sentence. But then they like
sort of
just
but
lose
then they
lot.
go totally. Then they just jump the
Yeah,
shark.
they go. They freaking like go off the deep end here.
Your body
creates them to cleanse and protect itself from toxins.
No.
I don't know what the toxins are. I actually see this toxin thing a lot. I'll get into that in just a second.
A virus
You
would be a
cannot
toxin.
catch.
Like a virus is sort of like a toxin to your body. That's why it fucks you up. If that makes sense.
You cannot catch a virus from anyone or anything unless it's injected into your bloodstream.
No.
All images of the virus are CGI. I don't.
They're not. It's an magnetic.
It's like it's like that really
thing.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was called that like captured what the virus looks like. But anyways, like the part that's here is like the toxins or whatever. I see a lot of conspiracies with that actually. Like the crystal ones where you heal yourself with crystals and the toxins out of your body and stuff. Like a lot of conspiracy theories have this, but none of them have a definition for what the toxins are, what they do, or where they come from. Just like nothing.
It's just a toxin. Like
it's just a toxin.
Which could be anything.
Oh, they're so vague about it, and they never go into details. Like, what do you mean a toxin? Like, what are you talking about? And then like, this one freaking. This is where I had to I was like, I have to walk away from the internet. Like after this third one, I was just like, no more. And this person, I love their picture of their dog as their face thing, as their avatar. Wonderful choice, but I'll never wear your mask. Why don't you just ask me to wear a Star of David? Maybe brand me.
That's not the
so. Apparently, businesses acquiring you to wear a mask is Nazis, the same as Nazis making the Jews wear the Star of David.
Yeah, like I get the point, like sort of in a way, because like if you wear a mask, then it points you out, right? It's something extra that you're wearing, but everyone knows what it's for, like so.
Well, it's not even like a bad thing. It's not like a specific kind of person has to wear a mask.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
I know.
And then nobody's going to stigmatize you for wearing a mask. They're gonna think, oh, they're you know,
Protecting
doing it because of
yourself
the
and
virus.
everyone else, aye.
Yeah, because of the virus. That's it. That's all. It's just a protection. And then like you being made to wear one for like a business or something, like if you work there or the business won't let you in because unless you're wearing a mask, like Costco,
Mm.
like that doesn't make any sense because businesses have always kind of had these things.
Mm.
You know, if you're working there, you've had a uniform,
Yeah,
right?
I was going to say that.
Is
You've got a
is a
uniform.
uniform like the Star of David now or something?
Yeah.
Like what is this? It's just not a
Well,
very good equivalent.
It's not. It's retarded, but it just.
And then there's businesses that won't serve you if you're not wearing a shirt or shoes or
Yeah.
stuff. You know, no shirt, no shoes, no
Yeah.
service.
Yeah.
That's always been like a thing for like restaurants and stuff.
And clubs, like if you
and
walked
clubs.
into a club, they wouldn't let you wear trainers. You had to have shoes.
Yeah, so like there's places that won't serve you for whatever you're wearing or not wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't understand why all of a sudden masks are the thing that, you know,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I can't wear this. It's like I'm a Jew in the Nazis. Jew during the Nazi times. Like, what? You realize that, like, I just don't get that. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, people are insane. Just wear a mask. And then, like, I don't know if you've noticed, but, like, I've also, like, kind of went around to a few, like, really stupid people, like, saying things.
Yeah.
And I'll just, like, post the scientific study that the masks work.
Yeah. Well, they do.
Like, because well, there was a scientific study held where they show a few different layers of masks, or they're like these layers work best. They work almost as good as an N95 mask. And here's the different fabrics that work the best and the ones that work like the least or whatever. They conducted a scientific study. And like, so I post that to a few people sometimes, and I even did that today a little bit. And like the other day I was doing that, and some guy still told me that the mask didn't work, and his like evidence to refute my scientific study was some random guy on the internet saying that he was like a doctor of some kind, and he was saying the mask didn't work. And I was like, your random maybe doctor on Facebook does not refute my actual scientific study.
Yeah. No, these
Like,
people are
what?
weird. The other weekend, the weekend just passed, all of Britain's most famous beaches were full of people. Packed, full of people.
What?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. And the police tried to move them on, but there was too many of them. So they just gave up and were like, fuck it.
Oh my god, people
and it
are
happened
so
everywhere.
people are so dumb.
It happened everywhere on the British beaches, like the famous ones, like all over the
Well,
place. And they were
people are like, well,
proper
we have
packed on the beach.
Memorial.
It's like, what are you doing?
We have Memorial Day and like the 4th of July coming up here, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I bet people are going to be so stupid right now. Memorial Day's not so bad. Memorial Day's kind of like family and friends in a cookout or something, you know, usually. I mean, I don't
The 4th
I
of
don't
July
celebrate
will
it
be-
too often, but
The 4th of July will be packed, guaranteed. I bet
yeah, like I bet people will gather, and I'm like sitting there thinking, maybe we'll skip fireworks, or we'll
Yeah.
watch them from our car or something.
you.
Like maybe we'll drive somewhere, park in a parking lot, and just like
Or the
chill
TV.
and watch them from our car.
Or just
Huh?
watch them on the TV. Like,
Yeah, like either you could watch them online, which I understand isn't quite the same. But like I don't get like crowding in like a crowded area. Like I don't want to catch COVID. It looks awful. Have you seen people sick with it? It doesn't matter if you're like don't die of it. You can
Yeah.
still get lung scarring and stuff. And I was like, I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't want scarred lungs afterwards. So I just don't feel like fireworks are really worth scarred lungs
Yeah.
or possible death.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, you know, people could watch them from their car. But I'm like, people are going to be dumb as hell
Anyway,
and
that's
not do that.
exactly what they done over here. Like the beaches were
Oh.
packed because it was a hot weekend, so everyone went out and got suntans and shit. And the beaches were packed everywhere. Like all the places that Britain has for the beaches and stuff, all packed.
Oh my goodness.
And
That's
it was
so
all
people are
up and
so
down the
stupid.
country. Like we had a few
Did
in
the
Scotland. They had 4 or 5 down in England
did when was this?
last weekend.
Okay, it was last weekend.
Yeah,
How much are have the coronavirus things upped a lot?
I
The
don't know yet.
cases?
I don't know yet, but I would suspect so.
I would expect so because if it was last weekend, it's coming up on this weekend now. That's when you'll start to see the rise in cases. But it takes,
Yeah,
it could take up to 14 days.
could take up to
But
48 days actually.
48 days?
Yep, to start showing
I've only
symptoms.
seen 14 days.
No,
But
up to 48 days to start showing symptoms.
I haven't seen that. Everywhere I've looked has said the 14 days.
Mm.
But the average seems to be 5 days.
Mm. It'll affect
But
everyone differently though, because like
that's true. It could affect people differently.
there's even people that have got it that show no symptoms at all, but they can still pass
Yeah,
it to someone.
those are just like the carriers or whatever.
Yeah.
Where you carry it. That's what I want to be for every disease. Like I'll just carry it around and like
coughing
not suffer
everyone.
from it.
Just coughing
No,
everyone.
just like not suffer from it.
Yeah, but you'd be carrying it though, so you're
Yeah,
affecting
but like
everyone
I
else.
wouldn't be personally suffering from it.
That's what I mean. You just go about coughing on everyone and passing it on.
But the thing is like you don't know what
Yeah.
diseases you won't suffer from. And
Like
what's
that,
I got, like a piece of
that-
hair on my mic. Okay.
that woman
you
that was Typhoid Mary. You heard of that woman?
Wait, what?
Have you never heard of the name Typhoid Mary?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. She went and worked at a nurse at like tons and tons of places, and she just.
No, she
pass
was
it
a
around.
cook. She was a
Oh
a
no,
cook.
yeah, it was a cook. It was a cook. I'm sorry. I have heard that before though. She worked for a bunch of different families,
Yeah,
and she had it, and like families would just drop
Die,
dead
yeah.
and stuff after.
after she
She
had
works
worked there
there.
for a couple of weeks, yeah. And
Yep,
then she would move
yep.
on, and the authorities were trying to find her, and they couldn't find her for like ages, and she had passed it. They found a pattern that it was
Mm-hmm.
definitely her, and they were looking for her, and they finally caught up with her, and they told her, and
Yeah, but didn't she just not believe it?
she didn't believe them, and went and kept doing it, so they had to fucking proper capture her. So yeah, so like you can go about and not think you've got it and still pass it on to people, which is why they're
Yeah,
trying to
well-
keep everyone in.
Yeah, well, it's one reason to wear masks and social distance because you don't know if you have it unless you were tested and it came back negative.
Mm.
Other than that, you don't know if you have it, so it's better just to try to protect other people with your little face mask. And you're
Yeah.
not going to get carbon toxicity just from wearing it when you go to the store. It's just not going to that's not going to happen.
Yeah, and the stores are doing an okay job by the looks of it.
Well, except for
Enough
that one
to-
restaurant. I don't know if you saw me post about it, but it like friggin' let in like a crowd of people on Mother's Day.
Oh, God damn it!
Like it was like packed on Mother's, and it was like a little place. It wasn't like a big restaurant. It was like a little restaurant, and it was like packed on Mother's Day.
Mm.
And I was like, this, and I think they got closed and fined maybe or something. But I think they at least got closed down because of it. And I was like, yeah, that's like a health and safety hazard. And they were just like I think some people said something to me. I was like, no, look. It's a health and safety hazard. They should have gotten closed
Mm.
because they were like they were creating like a problem, and they were just, and it wasn't about like, I think like me being like a bootlicker or something for the government or something like that,
Mm.
because that's just corporate greed. So now you're just like, it's just corporate greed to let people be packed in there like that.
See, all the
They
places
could have
I've been to only let
kept
a certain number of people in. They clean all
Yeah.
the trolleys. They like have these like plastic barrier things up between you and the person at the counter and stuff.
like I don't want restaurants to be permanently closed or anything like that. I just think that if they're not implementing any safety regulations, then they should be closed down. There's no reason for them to be packed like that. They could have done carryouts, curbside pickups for people that didn't want to come in, or to lessen the amount of people in, and then they could have only allowed a certain amount of people in for like to sit at the tables and stuff. There's no
Yeah.
reason not to do that. They were just getting greedy. That was just greedy. It was just corporate greed, or whatever you want to call it,
Pretty much.
to have people packed in like that. So they should have gotten closed down.
You got anything else?
Oh yeah, I've got
Done.
articles.
Because we've done these people. They're so
Yeah, we've
so
done
stupid,
the-
man.
These ones were so stupid. Like, I stopped looking for stupid. Like, all I did was I was like, hey, I wonder what's going on the COVID-19 update for the U.S.
Yeah.
So, like, I just clicked on that, and I was just, like, reading what some of the different governors were saying for their states, and that's where I found those people. Those people, I think, were all under one governor, and I was just like, well, I guess I'm done here.
Yeah, and then the other ones, the other ones that is like they say it's 5G that's causing it. It's like, what the it can't.
Oh yeah,
be
didn't some people like destroyed 5G towers?
Yeah.
Oh, the people are so stupid, man. I love that conspiracy theory that like the 5G towers are causing everything.
Why are they?
Okay.
I think some of them are worse than Fly Air Force. Like, just some of them are worse than the Fly Air Force. It's like you don't even understand how shit works, and you're trying to tell people that the Earth's flat. It's like,
yeah,
you just get everything so wrong. They're like, well, you can't have pressure in a container. You have to have it in a container to get pressure. And it's like, yeah, but space is not a vacuum. It doesn't suck anything. It's gravity that holds in everything to the fucking planet. That's why we've got an atmosphere. It holds the atmosphere in because of gravity, you retards. And they're like, no, but space is a vacuum. And it's like, yeah, but that's not how it works. It's not a suction. It's not a suction. It's just no air. That's what it means by a vacuum. There's nothing there. It's you can see, the flat Earth debates are so funny because the guys just don't get it. It's like,
oh, I don't know if
it's like, it's not.
I don't know if you've ever seen this, but this flat Earth thing flipping got me one time. Okay, so there was a guy and he had a globe. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he had a little plane, a little toy plane.
Yeah.
And he was like, so your nose should like dip while you're going around like this toy plane.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not even to scale, my dude.
Yeah.
Because the toy plane was quite big.
Yeah.
In comparison to like the globe and everything, it just wasn't to scale. Like you need a very, very, very tiny little ant-sized plane.
Yeah.
And then you'll see that like the nose isn't gonna dip like that while flying.
It does
dip
a wee.
That got me so good.
It does sort of dip a wee bit, but it's so inconsequential
that
it doesn't.
It's not noticeable, and it's not gonna be dipping. It's not gonna be dipping like that, like with his toy plane.
Yeah, no.
You're barely even gonna notice anything.
Yeah, you don't notice. It's so slight that you don't notice.
Yeah, and you especially won't even notice, and there won't even be really a dip really if you're flying just a short distance, like a 3-hour flight or something, or 2-hour flight. Just something that's like super short.
Oh no, but there will be, because it's no, I mean like a mile or something.
It'll be so tiny that it's like it's not even there. Is what I'm saying. If you're just flying like a super short distance like that, like an hour flight.
You've also got gravity. So that kind of helps. See, it keeps you on.
They don't believe in gravity though. Flat earthers don't believe in gravity.
I know, but like that's how that kind of keeps you in the atmosphere, right? Gravity keeps you in. That's why you need a big fucking rocket to get away from the gravity. That's why you need a big fucking rocket, because it needs power to overcome the gravity. Fuck no. Oh. It's like it's so easy to explain, but it's like they don't get it, and they keep
Well,
getting
they have
told.
well
It's like
one thing with
just be dumb.
their belief is that like I mean you can explain gravity to them over and over again, but it's not going to sink in because they don't even believe in gravity.
Well, then what?
Like that's a problem.
Then
And
why?
another problem, I think they even had proof to themselves. Like there was a flat earther study that proved the earth was round and
Oh
then they
yeah,
just decided not to believe it.
yeah. You know that was the documentary. That was a flyer for documentary. Someone went and filmed them doing these experiments, and every single experiment they done proved that it was round and not flat. And he just went, "Oh yeah, we've spent all this money on this gyro thing, and it should move 15, 15 degrees an hour if the Earth's round." And guess what? It moved.
It did.
It did. And they went, "Oh no, I think there's something wrong. We've done the experiment wrong. It's definitely wrong. It's just it can't be
Yeah, they
true."
were just like they just decided not to believe. I
Yeah.
think it's really hard. I think it's really hard for people when they have like a deep-seated belief like that. That's really hard to admit when they're wrong sometimes. And it's hard to let go of knowledge that you think you have that other people don't. I feel like a lot of flat earthers feel like they have something missing in their life, and having this knowledge that most people don't have, but they have, makes them feel special and feels like a void. And then it becomes really hard to like let go of that.
Like a
You know what I
religion or
mean?
a like a religion or a cult or something.
Yeah, kind of like that, where you like it's very hard to let go of a religion that you've had for like a long time.
See, I didn't find that. I didn't find that because I don't know. Maybe I'm just different. But I was
Well,
brought up.
not everybody is going to be like that, of course, but I think that's one of the reasons is it's really hard to let go of these things that you have like cuz it's hard to admit that you were wrong this whole time. And it's just hard for people. Not everybody, of course, but I feel like it's just hard for it, and that's why they cling on to these things. And I feel like it has something to do with making them feel special. So because flat earthers, it would make you feel special to feel like you have this knowledge that other people just aren't privy to. Okay? That would make you feel special, right? I think that's, to me, from what I've seen, I feel like that's like part of conspiracy theories, where they feel like they have this special knowledge that they're just so awake to, you know, that other people aren't, and it makes them feel special.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel like that maybe they have like a void in their life that they need that to fill it.
Yeah.
That's just like, this isn't like a fact or anything. This is my observation.
All I need is a cat and games. That doesn't mean I'm fine. Just like that's fine. No, but I was brought up Roman Catholic, so, and then I was just like, you know what? When you just start, I don't know. When you just start thinking about it, you start learning more stuff, and you start like learning about space and stuff and how shit works. You start going, wait, now you don't really need a god for all this to work. So,
yeah. Well, I feel like with me, my mom wasn't like super religious or anything. I don't even know what she believes. That's how non-religious. But my mom would just let me explore whatever I wanted. So I went to like different churches with different friends. And I think that was my thing where I was like, oh, okay. All of these different churches think that they're right.
Yep.
You know? And I don't know, I actually feel like that was a rewarding experience to go to the different churches and to like learn these different things. Like I even had a Jewish friend and I went to like their Jewish church once, you know? And so I feel like that was like a good experience. Just my mom would just like let me explore these things because my mom didn't care. She was like, "Yeah, go." Go explore.
It
I
wasn't
went to
until
like
I got to
church
like
camp too and stuff.
church camp. No,
I
no,
did
we
go.
never
It
done
was
that.
actually like Bible camp or whatever it was. It was actually like really fun. Because like it wasn't like you would go to the Bible. You would do the Bible thing on Sunday, okay? But then
Right.
the rest of the time
Time
was
it was
regular
just
camp, like
yeah,
skiing and s'mores and stuff. So it
yeah,
was just fun.
yeah. See, we never done it at all.
Oh,
So
you didn't do
I
any
don't
of
know.
that.
It was just the
Well,
thing
like
when I
I even
started like
went to
learning.
Catholic church, so
Yeah,
and it was like yeah, like I said, it was like okay, all these religions they have a common theme. They all think that they're like the right one or whatever as well.
yeah.
And I
That
just it's just like I just noticed similarities and I noticed like
like
between them.
if it did happen, right? If it was a
Yeah.
thing, um, so you go up to the god and you're like, yeah, no, I was really religious and stuff, and he's like, what religion was it? And you tell him, and he's like, no, that's the wrong one, and you'd be like, oh fuck, like
Oh,
that
I
is
could just be like, well, I went to all of the churches, God.
yeah, or another
I
one,
never I never went to like a Muslim church or
or
anything like
or
that, I guess.
just be a good person. You don't need
Yeah,
religion to be a good person. So
you don't. I think people that need religion to be a good person are probably not good people.
mm, yeah, because they
Like,
need
what do
the
you mean you wouldn't murder somebody
yeah.
if you didn't have
I like that one.
religion?
It's like if I didn't have my religion, I'd more go about murdering people. It's like, that's a bit weird, but okay then.
Yeah. Or and a lot of people use it as like a way to hide
Mm.
that they're a terrible person.
Well, all the priests, all the Catholic priests in Ireland and some of them in Scotland and stuff were all like pedos,
Yeah.
and they got caught, and the some of the nuns were beating up the kids as well and stuff. Like that whole thing in the like I think it was the 50s, 60s, and 70s was fecking awful. Um, over in
Because
Ireland.
it was a place for them to hide. Well,
Yeah,
you'll notice like it doesn't matter where it is, like pedophiles, let's say as an example, they will that's where you get the stereotype of the priest or the coach or whatever,
yeah,
because they will put themselves in a position where
listen,
they can take advantage
yeah,
of their preferred prey.
yep, exactly.
So it's not like there's something inherently wrong with a priest or with a coach or a teacher or something. It's just like that is what draws them in, is like I can have this position
Yeah,
and easily have
exploit it. Yeah,
exploit it. Like that's what it is.
oh,
And then
totally.
people will put trust in into these authority figures.
Yep.
Like that's another thing, because you have the trust. That's why you don't just have that I guess inherent trust
Mm.
of the authority figure just because they're an authority figure.
No, you have to a wee bit, a certain extent, right? Just like
Yeah, but
not.
don't just like 100%.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You know
yeah,
what I mean.
yeah,
Obviously, you go, and even though like there's angels of death, like you should still generally like kind of trust what your doctor said.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But like
yeah.
you don't have to, like, if you know that something isn't like right or something doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Oh,
Yeah, like you
you should
trust
go get
that.
food.
Hmm?
You go to go get food.
Oh yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go
And
to
then
food. My
it'll
daughter
end
was
this
wanting to eat.
YouTube thing. Right. I
Yeah, and
know.
then I have a couple of articles too, like
Cool.
after when I come back.
Cool. Right, guys, go to arifradio.co.uk for the rest of the show. And I think I've got the show broadcasting on a higher bit rate now. I think it's 320 instead of 192, so we should have better audio, possibly. So there's that.